Hello, I'm Jeremy with the First Grade Cafe, and today I am going to be doing a teacher pet tag. So if you're interested in finding out what kind of pets this teacher has, keep watching. This video here is a teacher collaboration done by Maylene of Mrs. Call's Campers. There's so many teachers that are involved in this teacher tag. So you have Emma Jane, you have Janice of One Happy Teacher, Jennifer of Glitter and Jams, you have the Genuine Teacher, you have Nicholas, Darren Nakahara, there's like tons of them in here. CJ Reynolds, Real Rapid Reynolds. So here we go, we're gonna get to it. Question number 1. How many pets do I have? So I have 4 pets right now. I have 2 dogs and 2 cats. All right, so we'll start at the beginning. The first animal that Rudy and I got was our male cat. His name is Icarus, but we call him Icky for short. I don't know what kind of cat he is. He's just a tomcat that and he's really old. I'm thinking he has to be 12 years old. Maybe 13, somewhere in there. I don't know. He's really old. And we got him when we lived here in Kansas before. And Rudy and I, we were in college, and a friend of my sister's that lived her neighbor was like a couple doors down from her. One of her cats ended up getting pregnant and had all these babies, and one of them was Icarus. So we took him, and he was a really sweet cat in the very beginning, but then I got super mean for a long time. He's now nice, and he has weird mood swings, and he's kind of crazy. He is really old though. But my second one is Lulu. Lulu is a tortoiseshell cat. I don't know anything else. She's really fluffy, and she has big yellow eyes. So anyway, and she is, I want to say maybe 10 years old. So, sorry, my dogs are barking. I don't know what. So anyway, so Lulu, I think is about 10 years old. She came from a friend of ours that we had who was moving and could not keep the cat. And so we ended up taking her in. So now we had 2 cats. We moved into Mexico and we get Migo. Migo is a mixed dog that we were told was supposed to be full-blood Chihuahua, but ended up not being. And so we're pretty sure that he's like Chihuahua mixed with some kind of terrier. So super cute dog. But so it's Migo. We've had him probably, I want to say 6 or 7 years. Maybe longer than that. It has to be longer than that. No, it probably has. About 7 years, I think. So we've had him for about 7. He was one that somebody put on Facebook and was getting rid of puppies, and we went and picked him up. We paid like $20 for him. And so we got that. So that was Migo. And then our last animal that we got was Dory, who is our Chihuahua that she is maybe 3-4 years old, somewhere around there. And she actually, we adopted her from the pound. We happened to see her pop up on Facebook. And I sent to Rudy, I was like, oh my God, she is super cute. We got to get her. And he was like, I don't know. We went and looked at her. We played with her. She was super crazy and spazzy and everything. And we're just like, let's just get her. We love her. We liked her. So we got her, and she's been like a little princess. So question 3, and I kind of skipped question 2. Sorry about that. Question 3, why did you choose your specific pets? No really reasons. I think I kind of explained it already. They were just ones that just came along. So I think with Dory, we were wanting another dog, and we had gotten a couple other dogs, and things happened with them because they were supposedly full-blood Chihuahuas, because we were on a Chihuahua puppy, and the litter just had a lot of issues, a lot of breath issue type defects and stuff. So the first one had something wrong with her rear end of her, and we won't go into great details, but we ended up having to give her back because there was no way that something was wrong. They would need to take her to the vet. The second one that we got, which actually was from the same litter, His name was Hugo because we had Migo and Hugo, and he was doing fine for about a week, I think, and then he started having like really bad like respiratory issue where he was like, I guess he had thrown up and like got fluid into his lungs or something, or he already had fluid in his lungs and he was calling this. We don't really know the whole details behind it all, but he was super small, and we took him down to the emergency vet, and they tried to get him fixed up, but he's not making it. So we do have him. We have we have this little tiny box. It's like the size of my phone, but like taller, and he's sitting on our shelf now. So that's what he's still with us. But most of the dogs just came along, or the animals came along just because we were just wanting a dog or wanting an animal. There was no specific reason why. It was just like we wanted one, so we got one. Except for Lulu, who we were not looking for one, and a friend was like, I need to get rid of her. We were like, well, just take her. Number 5, did you run into any challenges? Well, like I explained, apparently in my head on my question, I think one of the biggest challenges was, well, for one thing, when we got our cats, we were not allowed to have animals. So we were like hiding in those animals forever. I think there was one place that we lived in, they let us have the animals, but I think most of the places we were actually not supposed to have animals in, but we did. And like when we left, we cleaned it all up, made it look all nice, you know, because we understand it was our responsibility. We shouldn't have had them, but we did. We wanted the animals, so we did. So, but those are the kind of challenges that we had. And then besides the whole situation before we got Dory, where we're looking for a new dog, and we had those like just some bad instances that happened. Those are probably our challenges. Other than that, not really. Like we didn't have any challenges. Number 7, did you get your pets professionally trained? Not at all. And they probably should be. Especially Dory, she is a hot mess, but we love her. But no, we never did. I don't know, they seem to be fine. Only like we figured out ways of working around like some of the situations. Like I hate when which here at our new house it's harder to do, so we're going to figure out something to do about this. But before at our old house, we were able to put a baby gate up, but it had like an open door thing on it. So we were able to get through to go to the door and stuff, to enter the door, so the dogs weren't like barking and trying to get under your feet and stuff, because they are little dogs, so they do that a lot. So we ended up putting up a baby gate up. Here we have not done that yet, but I'm hoping that we will figure out something to do about that, because it's kind of annoying. But most of the time we just go out the door and we just shut the door behind us. No, we have not had our pets professionally trained. And so what I recommended, if you feel like it's necessary, I don't know. I'm not a good advocate on training. I think my sister had one of her dogs trained, and the dog still was a mess. Number 8, what is your current routines with the pets? Okay, our cats are kind of like free. They do whatever they want to do. They live out in the garage a lot of the time, and then they come in and they just kind of chill and they go outside and do what they want. You know, they're cats. We don't have a routine for them besides their food. They get like small cups of food because they're big fatties. Or they were fatties. They kind of still are a little bit fatties, but so they had to go on a diet. Our vet told us to put our pets on a diet, so we did. So they get like, you know, they have their specific, that's their routine for them, is when they get their food and they have like portioned out food that they're supposed to eat. So that's about it for those. For the dogs, we do have a routine of, they are what's called crate trained. So when we're gone or whatever, they share a cage now. They used to have separate ones, and then Dory just kind of went into Migo's cage, and they've just been together ever since. So, but yeah, they're crate trained, so we just kind of, like, they know, like we say go to bed, and they go in there and they go to bed, and they sleep, they like during the daytime they'll lay in there, like it's just their little house, they just like it, it's a thing that they have. So that's the routine for them, and then they only get fed at nighttime, so they have they get fed in the morning. And we used to put food out for them at nighttime, and they would never eat it, and they would just eat it the next morning, so we just ended up just keeping it in the morning time. That seems to be the time they like to eat, so I think it's because we're up moving around too and eating, so they're up eating. But yeah, they are crate trained, so that's, And it's rough in the very beginning, but it is an awesome thing to do if you're interested in doing it, because when we go somewhere, I just say, go to bed, and they get in there, and then we leave, go off and do our stuff, so they're not up walking around. We've had some instances where like Dory's gotten into the trash can, you know, just like little things. And we also don't want them out running around the yard, barking at people and barking at things that are just like out there, and then they're bothering all the neighbors, you know, so we've always done the crate training thing. It's just always been there. Question 8, what are our pets must-haves? So I think it depends on your pet for one thing, but so I think for dogs, I mean, I think crate training them is a great way of going about it. So I think some kind of, or at least some kind of little area for them. So they also have a bed. We have like a little gray little bed thing that they lay on. It's like a big pillowy kind of type of thing. So that's another one of those must-have, just a spot for them so they're not sitting, unless you don't mind them on the couches, but sometimes it gets, like, sometimes they lay with us, sometimes they don't, but I do like them to have a spot that they can go to and just lay down if they want to, and they're just not laying all over everything. So they do have, just like having an area for them, so I think that's one of your must-haves. And so that's all I got. Number 9, what are your pet's favorite things? So both of the cats don't really have anything that's their favorite unless it's somewhere to sleep. That's all they care about, is somewhere to lay down. So, and they love being up in your way all the time. So but for the dogs, so like cats are easy. Cats just do their thing, and if they want love, they get love. If they want something, they get something. They do like treats. They're like the little, I forget what they're called now, pounce or something. Maybe they're not those, I don't remember, but they're like crunchy on the outside and they're kind of soft on the inside. They seem to like those. So, you know, just treats. My cats love treats. They love food too. They're like big foodies. But for the dogs, so Migo doesn't really play with toys at all. He's not a big toy dog. I don't know. I think he was an only dog for like 2 years. So I think, or about 2 years, I think. And so he really, he just didn't play a lot, and he still doesn't really play a lot. Occasionally he does, he'll play with Dory, but they just play together and he doesn't really play with toys. So Dory loves toys, and this is one of her favorite ones. I went and just grabbed it. This is one of her favorites. It's kind of raggedy right now, but we had another one too that was like a monkey, I think, and it was pink. And it has no more stuffing inside of it, but she still plays with that thing. I don't know where it's at, because she like hides them in the yard somewhere, and then like all of a sudden they show back up. So, but this is her current favorite one. She was actually just playing with it this morning. She brought it in this morning because Rudy got it before I did, because he had to go to work. So she brings it in and like just lays it on the bed, and I'm like, that raggedy old thing. But it has a squeaker in it. So, but she loves this thing. It's and not just toys. If your dog plays with toys, like I said, Migo doesn't play with toys. He's not a toy kind of dog. He just doesn't care. Another one that is treats. They love. We have these things that they're called Minties, and we have other ones that are called. No, Minties are the other ones. Greenies are the ones that they like the most. The Greenies are one of the best ones. We have Minties also right now, and I'm not really a big fan of those ones. They're basically the same thing. They're like a green bone that they chew on for a while, and it helps like remove the tartar off the back of their teeth. But they like them. I personally don't think they work as well. So like any kind of treat, pretty much, as long as you say something is a treat, they're gonna eat it, because they love that. And then cheese. That's another one of my dog's favorites is cheese. Migo loves cheese. Anytime you can go into the refrigerator and pull the bag of cheese out, and he's running in there like, I want some cheese. So, and then Dory now wants cheese all the time. She loves when you're cooking, like you drop something on the floor. So then she'll sit there and she'll whine at you because she wants you to drop something for her. So, you know, again, I guess they're big foodies also, but they love cheese. That's one of their favorites. So right now we're getting ready to showing off my animals. So I'm gonna be posting up over here. So just watch the little pictures. The first one is we're gonna do a baby picture, and then try to do like a newer picture if I have any. I don't know if I even have all the baby pictures, but we're gonna find out. So we'll do like a baby picture or a younger picture, and then a more current picture of them. So they'll be popping up over here. So the first one is Icarus. This is him as a baby, or close enough to being a baby. So, and then this is a picture of him pretty recently. The next one is Lulu. So here's a picture of her as a baby, and her now, or recently. This is Migo as a baby, Migo now, and Dory when we we're getting her from the pound, and here she is now. So there you guys go. And question 12 actually was not really a question, but just wanted to show off for pets. So I'll just throw in some footage here of my dogs being dogs, my cats being cats. Again, I'll see what I can get of my cats. They're not really that interesting, so this may be really boring. I don't know. And number 13, what would you say to a teacher wanting their first pet? If you want one, get one. Just be prepared to be able to take care of the animal. Like that's, I think, one of the biggest things. Don't be getting an animal if you are not going to be able to take care of it because maybe you work long hours, especially teachers. We all know that you have, I know some teachers stay at school for a really long time. If there's nobody there to help take care of the animal, don't get the animal. So I think that's my advice for you guys. If you're wanting an animal, make sure you're able to take care of it and are there for the animal, or there is going to be somebody there for the animal. All right, and that is it. So don't forget to check out all of the other teachers. I've put a playlist and all of their links to their videos down below. So go check them out. If you're interested in joining in, you can go ahead, and I'll also put the questions down below too, so you can answer those too if you want to. So until next time, please remember to always be you. Bye.